Hello, welcome back to my channel. So I have an obsession and it is making these beautiful star blankets out of scrap yarn that you possibly think goes together, possibly Kelsier, sorry about my cat, possibly think doesn't go together. I think he's just looking at my blanket right now. I think these are gorgeous. I think the colors are fantastic. I think you can't even see half of it because my cat is in the freaking way. I am not finished with this one. This is my second one that I have actually made like this, where I'm actually mixing different types of yarn textures together and different weird colors together. I just went into my closet a few days ago and I just grabbed a bunch of yarns at random. But I decided today that I was almost going to be done with this one. I don't know exactly how big it's going to get. We'll see. But when I finish it, I'm going to make a new one. And so I went to Michael's and did myself a pretty big yarn haul. I know I'm not supposed to be doing yarn hauls, but I did a pretty big yarn haul and I'm going to show you all of this and then we're going to make this blanket together. The first thing I grabbed was one of these Karen latte cakes. I love these. They have such beautiful texture. I used one in raspberry for the other blanket and they're just gorgeous. I wish they would have like a really pure white one. I think they technically do, but like I want white with like little bits of yellow, but not like yellow. I just want to be able to make exactly the yarn I want and I'm never going to be able to do that. But this is in the color coconut cream. This was the first thing I grabbed. Well, actually no, this is the second thing I grabbed because I already knew I wanted this, and I'll get to this in a second. So this is the second thing I grabbed because I knew I wanted one of these Karen cakes, one of these latte cakes in this, and they had this and they had the raspberry, and I already have like 4 of the raspberries, which I'm saving for like another project. So I was like, no, it's this or that or nothing. First thing I grabbed was this Bernay. I think that's called Fluffy. This is in the color Mineral Red. It's a very maroony color, which I love maroons, burgundies. Like these are my favorite colors. It's just so funny because I used to love like navies and then I fell in love with like violets and now I'm like here, like give me the maroons. After I grabbed these two, I knew that the vibe was definitely going to be like red, orange, yellow kind of a thing. So I decided next I wanted another one of these and I thought about, they have like a navy one, but I was like, no, that seems like the obvious choice. So instead I grabbed this one, which is the color Rose Dawn. And when I was checking out, the lady who was checking me out was literally like, this yarn is gorgeous. So she's right. These are so soft and so comfortable and I really like the texture of them. They are an 8mm, which will be kind of interesting because I prefer to use my 7mm hook. So we're just gonna have to see how they work, if I can size them down or not. And then I decided I wanted to just grab some basic colors in like loops and threads, like pretty generic, basic, soft, classic yarn. Orange, this is their color Clay. I love their color Clay. It's a good color, very classic. Then I said after orange, I want brown. This is called Mocha. And then I decided I wanted some yellow too, because I just really felt like I needed it. I got this in the larger one because I do have plans to use up some of this yellow in another project. So yeah, this is in like the big one. Like, let me compare it for you. I don't know how well you can see, but they are very different in size. And then I said, okay, I really want to mix it up some more. I really want to get some more texture in here. So I picked up this Loops and Threads Petite Pearl in this, it's gorgeous. It's called Elderberry. Love this color. And I really do think it's going to like pull some colors out of this. This was like what was driving my color decisions. While I'm going for all of these kind of red, orange, yellow colors, pulling in, I feel like a nice little purple moment just felt right. I love color. I am a colorist. But don't worry, this purple or purple in general will come back up. So after I was doing all of this, I said, I feel like I need to be able to tie in orange and yellow as like a little accent again. So I went back over to the only area where they had like gradient yarn, which was going to be their faucets. Unfortunately, my Michaels has like nothing. And so I grabbed these two and my plan is to use them doubled up together. And I think that'll make a really interesting combination because this will have like the green, maroon, purple, but this will be mostly orange and yellow. And so I think this will like overtake this, but you're still gonna get a peek of these colors together. And then when I was staring at this, I said, oof, I really like how this kind of like purple looks. I really want some dark purple because also when I was looking at all these colors, there's really not a lot of dark, and I do feel like you need, when you're making these blankets, a balance of like light, mediums, and darks. And so I looked everywhere for a dark purple. They didn't have any, except in that same faucets they have this, which I think will be like perfect to help pull that out. So I got this, which I will double up as well. And then I said I want one more dark, so I grabbed a navy in the loops and threads, which I'm always needing more blue, so this will be perfect. And this is called Navy. That was all the yarn I got. I might throw in a few other scraps from mine because I do think I have some more faucets yarn that'll work for this project, and I have some like whites and creams and stuff that I think might work for this project. This is pretty much all of it. I will lay it out on my floor and give you like an overshot of all of it together really quick. But this is what I bought today, cut to a few days from now. It has been longer than a few days because I had to work on some other projects in between. So I think it's been a few weeks actually since I got to talk to you guys. I don't know, how bad is my hair looking since we last spoke? Are the roots like really died out? Oh, I was supposed to dye my hair tonight. This blanket is now finished and I'm in love. I'm obsessed. It's beautiful, gorgeous, so pretty. Yes, I do have a few ends to tie in, but I'm not going to worry about that this moment in time. What we are going to worry about is this bag right here. This bag holds all of the yarn that I just bought for this project. So we are going to start this project. I am so excited. I love working on these blankets, and I feel like I always need to be having one at least that I'm working on at a time. Otherwise I go a little bit insane. I think I'm going to do the innermost part with this. I don't know. I'm just vibing with it, to be honest. And I do need to find my 7mm. I have no idea where it's at because that is my preferred hook size for doing these blankets. I have been working away and I do really like these starting rows, but I don't think I like this yellow. I know I have yellow in these colors, which will help tie it in a little bit more later. I just think the yellow is too bright. Like I know I have the white, which will be really, really, really bright. I'm just not a huge fan. So I think I'm gonna swap it out with, this is gonna be so funny sounding, like a white that I have or a cream that I have just sitting in my like scrap bin. I do have this, of course, which really is a scrap, like there's not much left of it, which I could use. And it would be really nice because of the texture, but I don't have much of it. And so it would get used up and then I wouldn't be able to like use it throughout the blanket. Then I was also looking at this, but I only have this much of it left. So that wouldn't be a great option. This, I have a ton of this, which has like specks of like gray and brown in it. And it does have like this nice texture to it. So I think I'm gonna do this. So what I'm just gonna do is unravel the yellow, which is fine because as I said before, hopefully, I wanted this yellow anyways for a different project. So I will just wind it up and save it for that other project. I think what I'll do is I will use this up on this and it'll just have to be like cute little mini rows. And then I will also use as much of this up as I can. Yeah, this is so much better. So much freaking better. Okay, moving on. I've officially used every single color. Oh my goodness, I think this is so pretty. I was getting a little concerned that it was going to be too many colors. I'm trying to keep this string away from my cat. And literally when I just picked it up, I undid a few rows, so I'm gonna have to redo those butt stitches. I don't think it's too much, especially knowing that I don't remember right now. Oh, I'm sorry. My yarn just fell on my cat. And he's just sitting there like, eh. Especially knowing that this like yellow won't be all the way throughout. I think it'll be really, really gorgeous. I like how these two yarns together, it's the these two. They're the loops and threads, and one of them is very like purpley green, like autumny, and one of them is very just like also autumny orange yellow. When I mix them together and you kind of like stand back, it just looks brown, which I really like because I felt like I needed another neutral. I didn't need like another really bright warm like color. I'm very happy with how this is coming out. These colors right here in the center, oh, they're so soft. And then like this is really soft. I just love how these different textures come together. Oh, it's so good. Yes, I need to tie in all my ends. We're not going to talk about that. I feel like I'm kind of stuck between like a rock and a hard place when it comes to the star blankets, because obviously I'm an expert at these. This is like the millionth one I've made at this point. And I have had so many people come to me, particularly on TikTok. So this isn't even like the right place for me to like make this comment, but I'm sorry, this is just where I'm going to talk about it. Come to me and ask for help with this pattern because the pattern is very difficult to read. I don't even look at the pattern anymore. I just know how to start these and how to make them. And I understand when I made my first one, it was so hard to read that I ended up just like ignoring it and doing whatever I wanted. And my blanket came out okay. It did not come out in the star pattern, but it came out okay. I was very determined and I sat down and I like figured out the pattern. I watched Betty McKnit's YouTube videos and I figured out what I was doing wrong and what I needed to do. And it took a long time, but I figured it out. I really, really want to help the people who were like, please help me, because it's not super obvious and it's not super clear. And this is gorgeous. And I know a lot of people want to make these kinds of things, but I also like don't want to step on the toes of Betty McKnit, who has all of that information out there. Like it's literally for free on her blog and on her YouTube. You can also pay for it, but like it's for free if you want to find it. And like she gets paid based on advertising if you go and watch her stuff. So I don't want to like help people because I want to direct them to her, the creator of the pattern. But I also understand, because I myself went through it, how hard it is to like go through her stuff and like get the help you need to figure it out. But I also know she's like pretty responsive and she will help people. So I'm just like in a weird position where it's like my channel, my presence is all about helping people and trying to make patterns and information and crochet as easy as possible and as digestible as possible, especially for beginner crocheters. And I understand that this is not a beginner crochet pattern. This is definitely more of an intermediate pattern, but I'm also not going to take away the money, the advertising, the rights from another designer ever. Like I'm never going to step on the toes of that person. If someone came to me, maybe privately messaged me and asked for very specific help on something, I would probably help them with that. But I'm getting a lot of people asking just for like video tutorials on how to like start things or how to do like certain rows. And that's where I'm like, I don't want to do that. Because I put myself in her shoes and I wouldn't want another crocheter to do that to me. All I do is every single time I talk about the like star pattern, I do include like her pattern linked in the bio. I know that's not like the same as helping, and I'm really sorry like that I can't help more. I'm not stepping on toes. If you are struggling with this pattern, go and watch. She has like multiple long form YouTube videos where she literally like step by step does these patterns, and that's how I learned them the best. And it's like hours and hours and hours. You can skip over the parts where you don't need them, but that's what I did. And I took notes and I wrote stuff down, and now I don't even need that. It's really great. But if you're really wanting to do these patterns, that's what I recommend doing. How many rows have I done? I did the starter, and then I have basically done 1, 2, 3 clusters. That's not bad. It's been a few days and I have lost my voice. I woke up this morning incredibly sick. The good news is I've done some calls with my friend who's like in the medical field, and I don't have strep, I don't have COVID. The COVID was a test, I took it home. I most likely just have a head cold, maybe an infection, but I feel like shit. I've lost my voice, so I cannot talk to you. The other unfortunate news is I do think this video might be a little late. I don't know for sure. We'll have to see, but I've made some progress on this blanket. Let me hold it up for you. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I haven't gone through every single color twice yet. I still have to do the navy, the lavender, the maroon, and the violet before it'll be every color twice. But where I'm at right now is just about 49, 50 inches. And so I'm hoping I can get this to 60 inches and then call it quits. I'm trying not to make like all of my blankets that I'm gonna be selling on Etsy ginormous. Hello, I forgot to film an outro for this video, but it's been months. She is finished. I don't know what she measures, but I think it was just around 60 inches when I was done with it. And all of my ends are tied in. It has been washed because that's the best way I can block these types of blankets at this time. And she just looks so stinking good. So stinking good. If you've watched my last video that I uploaded, I talked a little bit about life has just gotten a little bit crazy for me. So I haven't been filming a ton, but I desperately want to get back to it, like so bad. I love making content and I love making crochet content specifically. I hope I can start getting back into a regular routine, but things right now in my life just kind of seem to be up in the air. This project was fantastic to work on. This blanket is so soft, so nice. I wanted to say really quickly that I do have the other blanket that I showed at the beginning of this video posted to my Etsy, and it is available for sale, and I am working on getting this one posted as we speak. If you are interested in buying either of them, one is for sale currently, one will be for sale very soon. I will have them both linked down below once they are available. Once they sell, they're gone. They are like one of a kind, unique pieces, so I can't really do anything about that. You still have a chance as of me speaking this right now, not as of you watching it possibly, I don't know. I've had a fantastic time. I've had a great time working with you all, talking to you about making these blankets. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll give me a like, a follow. I have plenty more videos coming. It just might not be, hello Kelsey, every single week like I originally wanted. Anyways, thank you all so much. I'll talk to you in the comments.